Hey everybody, and welcome to the Start Canada weekly call. It's May 28th, 2017 today, and this is our last call before celebration. So we want to keep the energy really pumped up, and who's all happy to be here? Woo! Awesome.
Woohoo!
So I'm Tara Bergen. I'm your host today, and I'm super, super happy to be here. And I also want to thank all of you for coming on, whether you're here live right now or if you're watching the recording at a later date. We're super grateful that you are taking the time to be here and participate in whatever way you can. So these calls are for you and for your team. You know, this one's going to be a really great one to be on. So if you have a teammate or a friend who you know needs to be on and you don't see them on here, then send them a quick text now. That's the time to do it. These calls are for uniting our Canadian START family. They have been initiated and created by the amazing Canadian START Committee and the Canadian START Associates. So thank you so much to everyone who's been involved with that, and especially to TINYA as well. And she always gets the recordings on the Start Canada YouTube page so fast, and she's just done so much for this, and we have so much gratitude for her for that. So yeah, and that's where the recordings can be found if you want to check them out as well. Every Sunday evening we get together to provide the tools, support, coaching, and inspiration that you need so that your belief is at a 10 out of 10 and that you can share this incredible gift to the best of your abilities. So that being said as well, we also want to offer everyone the opportunity to step into leadership position. We're looking to grow the Start Canada Committee, and it doesn't have to be big or anything, but if you want to contribute in any way, we would love to have you, and we want to help you to step into that leadership because many hands make light work, and we have an attitude of contribution here. So yeah, just reach out to any of us on the Start Canada Committee if you feel like you would love to participate, because we'd absolutely love to have you. So with that, I'm just going to say our quick disclaimer here. We are a health and wellness company, and we make no claims to diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure any illness or disease. And no two bodies are the same, so the results can vary person to person. But the body is a miracle, and amazing things can happen when you put superfood nutrition like this into your body. And that's what we like to focus on here. Isagenix as well has an amazing financial opportunity. That's what these calls are all about. And same thing, people get in what they put in. So they get out what they put into it. So we make no claims as to how much a person can earn. So let's get started. If you guys want to, while the call is going on, offer your support or ask any questions, please pop them in the chat box. We love to hear that, and we want everyone participating. So our first segment is the starter in the spotlight. This piece was developed to let us all get to know our amazing Canadian START family. We are all storytellers here, and sometimes we might not relate to the person who we're talking to. Our story might not be the same, so it's really great to get to know those people in your community and get to know their story so that you will always have somebody, you know, whose story you can share, because we are all collectors of those amazing stories. So we also created this spotlight to broadcast the amazing START associates from all over Canada and give them a chance to practice and start stepping into their role as a speaker and to practice sharing their story. So with that, let's give a huge welcome to our starter in the spotlight this week, TAYLOR-RAE Hemmings. Yay!
Hi, can you guys hear me?
So Taylor is from Edmonton, Alberta, just like me. Whoop, whoop. I'm so happy to know her. She is such a light, such a young firecracker, and I think that's awesome. At just 18, she is new to START, but she's not new to Isagenix because her family has been with us for 11 years. So that's awesome. She also has both her glider and private pilot license, which is super cool. So yeah, she's looking to fly high both figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
I'll let you go ahead, Taylor. Thanks so much for
Awesome. Thank you for that introduction. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. So I guess if that's all right with you guys, I'll just start off with my Isagenix story. Here. Next, I was this, and with me, I'm like, before Isagenix, I was 6, and I don't remember what life was like before that. But looking back now, I know that my family was on a path of not very good things, health-wise, life-wise, really. And when one of my mom's friends, Paulette, came into our lives and basically told my mom, because my mom, health things just weren't going great. But her friend Paulette, she came into our lives and she was like, you need to shut up and eat this, feed it to your kids as well, like, it's not going to hurt you. And she did, and now here we are 11 years later. And I mean, if that doesn't show what this company is, as like that it's a lifestyle, like, I don't know what does. I've recently started my business. I've been excited about that for like a year and a half now. I recently turned 18, and yeah, like, it's just been so great. Over the past 4 years, actually, I recently got more involved with like the knowledge of the nutrition side of Isagenix, because before that it was just kind of like, yeah, I drink these shakes in the morning and they feel good and whatnot. But I actually became a pretty competitive athlete in the sport of biathlon, and I started noticing like what nutrition or different types of nutrition did to my body. And the research that I did, and in conjunction with using the Isagenix products, it was just incredible to see the different results that I was getting versus people that were doing the exact same thing as me, just without the certain nutrition factors. So that was kind of a real eye-opener for me. I was like, wow, I have it like really good, which is really exciting. That's pretty much me. Like, just, I've, like I said, 11 years, it's a long time. I've been this like epitome of health for pretty much my entire life. Some of my friends think I'm crazy, but I live with it because I love what I do, and I love that I am able to share this gift with others, which is just such a great feeling. With that being said, there is something that I really wanted to share with you guys. Advice, or just like a tip, or whatever, however you guys want to take it, however it works for you. But one thing I really noticed in the past couple of weeks, I've been reaching out and connecting with people, a lot of people that I haven't talked to in years, because I kind of just, everyone's like, oh yeah, make your list. So I was like, okay, Facebook friends, this is my list. So I've just kind of been going through and literally talking to everyone. And I've had the most success so far with people that I've just been 100% direct with. And you guys have probably heard this before. I know I've heard it before. Or different events that I've gone to. Actually did it, and like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I talked to probably about 10 people in one day, and I got 4 appointments just from being so authentic and so direct with people. And 2 of those appointments actually now are like maybes, and we're chatting again this week, which I'm super excited about. But like, just be authentic, be direct. If like you believe in the products, you believe in the business, and most importantly, you believe in yourself, like these people, if you're talking to people that know and trust you, then there's not, like, I don't see how they would not want to get involved in something if it's right for them at the time. Like, if they're looking for some kind of health, and like, or they're already doing products, or they're in sports, so they feel like they need to lose weight, like, if you just be that direct, authentic person, like, yes, I can help you, yes, this is, like, this can work for you, then it works. Being direct, it works. And an example of that, like I was talking to one of my connections on my list, and who I hadn't spoke to in 6 years. Like we did a summer camp together when I was like, I don't know, 6 years ago, so I was 12. And we were just talking, and she's like, yeah, I want to live my life like this. Like I want to be traveling. I want to just have time freedom. Like I've been thinking about running my own business, but it's hard. And I was like, oh. So we just kind of started talking, and things are looking so good so far. And she's like, actually, this is really interesting. So we'll see how that goes. But as like my point, I kind of got sidetracked there. But just being direct is honestly the best advice that I can give, and it works. It really does. I've had some proof in the past couple of weeks, so it works.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Taylor. We are so excited to... Oh, are you still going? Sorry. It's
No, go ahead.
Okay. It froze for a second, but yeah, we are so excited to hear your story and everything. And, you know, I loved what you said about like being direct, and, you know, you hear that all the time, just to, you know, be honest, be real and authentic. And sometimes it can be so hard to actually put into practice, but that's so awesome that, you know, you're doing that and experiencing that. And that I think, you know, your story also just speaks to the fact that this is really a legacy company, and, you know, that it can go on generation to generation. We can all really enjoy this. So thank you so much for sharing with us. We loved hearing from you. I know I did. Yeah, so I guess I would just say, is there a particular book or anything or a podcast that you're reading or listening to right now that you could recommend to everyone?
Yeah, actually, I was talking to one of my friends in Australia, and she gave me a really good podcast to listen to, and it was fantastic. Jackson Parr's Cake Recipe for the Why. That one's really good. And there was one on another podcast. I can't remember what it was called, but it was one by Chris Harder, and it was like something about handling objections. Should be in your guys' back office, because that's where I found it. And that one was fantastic. And I actually used like word for word the lines that he gave with some people, and they were like, oh, okay. And then like it's been working so far. So I'd highly I can't remember what it's called. But I know like it's in the back office. It's under like the trading tools, Chris Harder, something about handling objections. So that's definitely a must listen.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for those tips. I think that those two podcasts will get a lot of listening time this week for sure from all of us. So everyone, can we just give her another big round of applause, because that was awesome. Sweet. So we're going to move on to the next segment of the call. So I would love to introduce our trainer for the day. This is when we normally have the training section, but we're going to today have the amazing TINYA Gray. If you don't know her, which I'm sure most of you do, but maybe this is your first time on the call or listening to the recording, I'm just going to give her a quick introduction. TINYA has had a career in the health and fitness industry for over 29 years, which I think is crazy because she doesn't look a day over 29. And in May of 2011, she started Isagenix for her own personal health goals, but was immediately compelled to share this amazing gift that we have. She is the mother of 2 grown young men, and she loves to empower people everywhere to change their lives physically and financially. So she's going to be talking about some cool training challenges and promos that are coming up, and also recapping some of the awesome Canadian calls that have happened recently. So everybody give it up for TINYA.
All right, Start Peeps. Thank you very much, Tara, for that awesome introduction. And thank you, TAYLOR-RAE, for sharing your story. It was wonderful to hear, and cool to know about the biathlons. That's fantastic. So that's great. Okay, I'm super stoked to be here, and we're going to get right into it here. So tonight, I just wanted to do a recap on the corporate call that we did. How many of you were able to make it onto that corporate call with Jory and Jessica? Some of you guys were there. Awesome. Okay, so we'll be doing a recap on that. I wanted to re-listen to the whole call because I didn't really take that great of notes. I was kind of just listening. But if you guys have any other things to add, then just jump in. And we're going to go through, talk about the Go Week, because I know I'd mentioned that to some of the START committee members, and they're like, what is that? And touch on a few things that you guys can do to ramp things up, work towards the goal of reaching executive, and why it's so important right now. And then I've got a couple of challenges and different things that are happening to invite you guys to participate in as well. So again, thanks for being here on the call. So as far as the corporate call with Jory and Jessica, I was just so pumped to have that call. So I hope that you guys got some value from it, and we're excited to participate in that call as well. Basically, the big thing that I want to touch base with you guys, I'm going to give you some truth and transparency about myself and my own build. Is that cool? All right. As you know, many of you know that this is the last call that I'm going to participate in. And I'm now passing the buck and letting you guys, the committee, and whoever else jump in, take over, and run with this thing. All right. The systems are in place. It's a fine-oiled machine with some tweakings for it to be the way you want it to be. You guys can do whatever you want with it. I just didn't feel good about leaving it without having more of a corporate hand in it, because you guys deserve to have them supporting you 1,000%, especially with everything that they're doing in Canada right now. So that's where I reached out to Jory, and I was so pleased that him and Jessica got on the phone with us so fast and made that happen. So the biggest thing that Jory mentioned was they are there for you guys for whatever you need. And here's one thing that I'm going to tell you. It is really easy in network marketing, in Isagenix, because I've been part of 3 other companies, okay? I use products of a lot of different companies. We are spoiled here. We are spoiled in Isagenix. We have got so much at our fingertips. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah? We are super spoiled here. We are so lucky and so blessed. But here's what happens. Because we are so lucky and so blessed, it's easy to sit on our ass. It's easy to get on the calls. It's easy to go to the events. It's easy to make friends with everybody, have tons of parties, have tons of fun, and do nothing or do very little. And I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but I can tell you from my own personal experience, in the beginning of my build, I worked, really hard for the first 6 months. Lucky for me, that turned into something super amazing, that when I had some difficult situations come up in my personal life, I could take my foot off the gas for basically 1.5 years, and I still got paid a full-time income. If you are not at that place yet, that is why it's important to get to work. If you've been here for like 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year, and you're not at a place where you have like some residual income coming in on a regular basis, you guys are sitting on a lot as far as what is possible for you. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to give you a kick in the ass, but I'm kind of doing that a little bit because you guys deserve it. You guys deserve to have this. That's why you're here. It didn't come to you by mistake. It didn't come to you by accident. You're not here for no reason. You're here for a reason. So this is where when Jory and Jessica said, guys, what do you need? Do you know that he didn't get any emails? 0. Nothing. So what I'm asking you guys is I'm going to give you, or actually we've got Jory's email or Jessica's email. We can get those put in here. Tara, can you do me a favor? Can you grab them off the committee page and throw them in the chat box here? I'm going to ask you guys that were able to make it on that call to at least give them an email and thank them for making time to jump on that call with you guys. And here's what I've learned. And my mother taught me this when I was little. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So that means that leaders ask for what they want. They will give you time and energy. They will come to you and your team. Jory will give you a half an hour on a Zoom call, just you one-on-one. Jessica will as well. If you guys ask for it, you'll get it. If you wonder sometimes why some different people get to have that one-on-one time with corporate or whoever, it's because they ask for it. Jory said, what do you want? I'm here to give it to you guys. So ask for it. And, energy will go where energy flows, right? So if you guys ask for that, you get on a call with Jory. He gives you time on a Zoom. You get that one-on-one time. You're committed to building your business. Whatever you need is going to be there for you. Does that make sense? Awesome. So please make a commitment to yourself that you're going to reach out, get your questions answered, put your hand up, let them know I'm here. I want this. Like I'm going to do something. So then you will get the support above and beyond what you deserve. All right, awesome. Okay, guys. All right. So one of the things that Jessica talked about was she mentioned the resource isagenixlive.com/start. Okay, and what that is, I just went and checked it out before I got on here. There's a recording there from an online ISA university that they did with a lot of really great speakers. It's like 2.5 hours, I think. There's also a lot of the Start Talk calls that you can find on YouTube as well, but they're in there. And then I believe that there's a link for something else that looked like you may have had to pay a small fee for it. But as it is right now, there are like 12 videos in there. So if you haven't checked those trainings out, it's a lot of the ambassadors. So that is some free training for you guys, especially for those of you that are, you know, like to do some extra podcasts and things like that. Maybe you live in a location where you can't get to events as easily. You know, that's one thing Jessica was really supporting Kim on the call, was that, you know, we will provide more and more options for you guys as time goes on so that you guys have the trainings that you need. And as I said, Jory said, I'll come to you. Like, where do you guys want me? Where do you want us? We'll come to you guys. All right. The Canadian team is on it. So just let them know. Okay. I love how Jory said, if you were on that call, he said, you know, it just takes one person to step up and then we can bring everyone together. Right. So if we've got, and that's how this all started. That's how, I mean, think about when Isagenix started back when Susan started. You know, imagine being Susan, starting Isagenix in Canada with a few other people. Imagine what she felt like, right? And then it started to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. That's kind of where you guys are, right? And he talked about they'll support you where you're at. You know, it's like a chess game. You move, they'll move. You move, they'll move. All right. Okay, so are you guys ready for some exciting news? How many of you guys would like a free trip to corporate with a guest? Woohoo! So if you guys were there on Saturday, you might have heard about it. And if you were on the call last week, Jory talked about it a little bit. He talked about the details of it a little bit. But it's called the Canada Success Summit. And here again, another thing for Canada. Like, how lucky are we? And between January 1st, so they did the reset, right? So we have until August 31st, if you achieve executive for the first time, all right? So you have until August 31st to achieve executive, but I'm going to encourage you to get it done by July 13th, so you get the bonus, all right? The crystal bonus. And you help get 10 people started between June 1st and the end of August on 150 BV or more. So it's reach exec and get 10 people started at 150 BV or more. It's a trip to Arizona for you and a guest. And teammate would be a great person to take. You get flight, hotel, you get meals at the trainings because they're giving you special trainings. There is a special team building experience that you'll be participating in. All right. Now, how amazing is that? Who wants that? Who's going for that? Right? Like, I definitely am going for that. So hopefully you guys are going for that too. So that is super amazing. All right. How many of you have heard of Go Week or are participating in a Go Week and know what that is? Some of you? All right. Sometimes through the year, many times recently, because they've been doing more and more of these as we go, there are special weeks where we have a lot happening in promotions and different Zoom meetings. Now more and more Zoom meetings are happening where they may give free membership. There may be free shipping, like all these different beautiful things that we can use to help people get started. So the week of June the 12th, okay, they are going to be releasing a new shake, likely on the Tuesday. I don't know the date exactly. Don't quote me on that. And I do not know the flavor, so you can't even bribe me because I have no clue. I have my thoughts on what it might be, but I'm not 100%. So there will be a new shake that week. So start thinking about who are your inactives, who are your expireds, who can you start reaching out to about a new shake flavor? Okay, maybe start to write yourself little texts, little emails, get some scripts prepared. Hey, haven't chatted in a while. I know you haven't ordered in a bit. Just wanted to let you know there's a new shake flavor. You know, if you want it, you can order it in your back office. If you want help getting your order through, let me know. I can help you. Bam, that's it. You know, it's all it has to be. The other thing is there will be Zoom meetings that week, twice a day. And there will be a couple of French ones happening too. So start making lists. Who do I know that I would like to invite onto a Zoom meeting that week? All right. They will be giving free membership codes. And if that word isn't out on the street, you didn't hear it from me. So mind you, I'm recording, but that's all right. Okay, so free membership codes will be given likely that week as well. So that's amazing. So start making your list of who you can share those Zooms calls with. There will be some different ones happening. I would actually, if you guys, I haven't heard wind of a start one. Bobby, is Bobby on here? You know what, you guys? Email Jory and see if he would do a Start Canada one. You guys could lead a Start Canada one. That would be a good thing to do, don't you think? So, okay, I'll leave that with you. So let's do.
Email him because I've done a bunch of online ones before. Like I even have a PowerPoint if we needed it. So I can definitely kind of take the lead on that if we want to email him.
Perfect. Yeah, reach out to him and you guys can figure it out. But I would definitely encourage you to get some Start Canada ones going.
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing is, I think those were the two main things. Okay, so Go Week, as I said, Shake, Zoom meetings, all right? Lots of really cool stuff happening. This promotion is going on. They're doing a call with Kathy Coover. I don't know if you guys saw that, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And they're talking about more promotions or whatever. They're going to be sharing something massive. And I think what she's going to be releasing is there's something else happening, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm thinking it's similar to an Isagenix kind of thing where there's going to be incentives for enrollments and that kind of thing. So it sounds like it's pretty big, and there's like tons of money on the table and huge opportunity for, getting lots of peeps, and there's rewards for its celebration. There's all kinds of different things. It's huge if you're going to Vegas. That's what I thought. Yeah, something major. So Tuesday at 2 p.m., you'll see the recording if you don't see it, but I think the most important thing is start asking yourself, what date is that? I believe that it's being released June 1st. So Tuesday is when Kathy is telling us about it. It starts June 1st. My understanding is, okay? All right. So start thinking about who can I get on the Zoom calls? Who can I share the new Shake with? That kind of thing. So there are some different things happening. Now, the one big thing that I would encourage every one of you guys to get into, if you're not into yet, is the Rock and Roll to Executive group. Rock and Roll to Executive on Facebook. How many of you guys are part of that group? Fantastic. That's pretty much everyone. So Rock and Roll to Executive is Angelique and David Norrie, and they are running, basically they're helping everyone get to executive by the deadline. And corporate's involved. Tonight at 9:30 Eastern, Zach and Eden are doing a live in there. Tanya and Jeremy Kirkpatrick were freaking amazing. Kathy was amazing. Del-Ray did some great tips in there too. So there's lots of fun stuff, and they're just crazy fun people. So if you do not have a team that is doing like a Go Week where you're working together every week with different tasks and things like that, even if you do, get in the Rock and Roll to Executive, and you want to be part of that group. Okay, tons of cool prizes, all kinds of stuff. All right, so just all you have to do is just click join, and they'll just want to know your ID. Yeah, so do you have a question?
Tina, the group is closed.
So, oh, is it? You can't get in it now?
No, 2 weeks now, I think.
Oh, shoot. Really? That's too bad. Are you serious? I just looked at the numbers yesterday. It was 8,000 people.
Closed since the 15th, I think.
I wonder if I can add you. We're friends on Facebook.
I mean, but you can't add anymore, I think.
Really?
Unless that you ask for the admins.
I'd be sneaky and try it. If you guys need in, let me know. I'll see what I can figure out. I'll be able to pull some strings. Okay, but thanks for letting me know, Sly. That does make sense because they're started. So, okay. So the other thing I wanted to let you guys know about is how many of you have had people get great success from joining like a cleanse group or doing like a belly buster and doing the isobodies? Okay, awesome. So my crew, the crew that I'm working with Jamie Snellgrove's team, we created a bedtime belly buster. You guys saw that there was a bedtime belly buster that happened like a month or so ago. And the bedtime belly buster is a nighttime routine where people take the isopro and the greens, or they do it a few different ways, dairy-free shake if they need to. Basically helps slim a waistline, all right? Our body really does well with the protein at night. We incorporate the sleep spray. So the whole idea is it's not a quick fix. I'm all about longevity. It's like what Sarah was saying that Dr. Paul said, I'm not interested in short-term weight loss. I'm interested in you helping you achieve long-term goals. And that's definitely what we are all about as well. However, sometimes people want to know that they're going to get some results in a shorter time frame. So the beautiful thing about the Bedtime Belly Buster is that we can help people start to feel some results pretty quick. And then we roll them into a 30-day system, or we roll them into a healthy lifestyle pack or a value pack. So that is why we're doing a bedtime belly buster. If you want to participate in the one we're doing, we've got an amazing group going right now. We are going to be launching another one June 19th. So we'll be promoting it through that week when the shakes are being released and all of that. So if you want to jump on board in that group, the pin post explains what a belly buster is. And I'm happy to have all of you guys jump in and bring all your people. If you want, just ride on the backs of the coaches that are in there. We've got it all set up and organized. Charlotte's helping us out with that. And so feel free to join your people in. So if you've got, guys, girls, whatever, like we've got super fit buff guys doing it to people that need to lose 100 pounds. Like it doesn't matter, all demographics. Okay. So if you want to be added to that, I guess the best way is if you can message me on Facebook, or you can message Charlotte. Are you cool with that? If you private message Charlotte, then either one of us will get you guys added into the FTF Belly Buster group. Okay. The other thing we're doing in that group is if people have been doing the other belly buster and they want to roll into like a Sexy for Summer program, we're doing Sexy for Summer. We are going to be starting June 19th again. So whether they're doing belly buster or Sexy for Summer or both, the Sexy for Summer is the summer protocol where it's like Tuesday to Friday, shake day, Saturday, Sunday, barbecue, have a few drinks, live your life, don't be crazy, but enjoy yourself. And then Monday is a cleanse day. And we're going to be coaching people through that, okay, for 4 weeks. So that is another thing that we're going to be rolling people into. When you guys get joined in there, what we can do is we will share with you. We've had teasers made. We've had protocol flyers made. Janie and Carol Fulong have taken care of the expense of that, but we will share them with you guys if you want to use them to help promote it on your Facebook wall or whatever you want. So, okay, or you can make your own memes. Most of you guys are superstars on graphics anyways, but not me. I pay people to do it. Just kidding. So if you guys want to do that, you're welcome to jump in that with us. And then as far as how many of you are interested in doing that or want to get your people in, maybe you would write on that. Okay, let us know. Great. Yeah, it works really well. People love it. They love the group. In the group, we're doing fitness tips. We're giving workouts. We're doing recipes. We're doing lots of lives, lots of education, product shares, teaching them about what's next. So it's not just like you do this and that's the end of it. We're rolling them into more. All right. Okay. So how many of you are super committed to achieving executive this summer? Yeah. And so would one or two of you be willing to share why it's so important for you to achieve executive? Miranda?
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, I'll grab Miranda first. Okay, Charlotte?
Yeah, I'm on mat leave right now, and I'm actually on my second year of mat leave within the last 2 years. My first time around, I was using Isagenix, but it really wasn't a why for me wanting to have my own business and stay home. But actually the 2 days before I went off on my mat leave this time around, my oldest son was actually diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So I'm not going back. I'm too scared to leave him with anybody. So yeah.
That's a huge why. That's a huge why. That's very powerful. Thank you for sharing that. We're all behind you 1,000%. If there's anything we can do to help you get there, let us know. You're well on your way. Yeah. So she has a huge major why, right? And I was asking that question. So Charlotte, I'm going to ask you to share yours.
Yeah, for sure. If anyone was at Super Saturday, Janie did an amazing job talking about this and why it's so important to be an executive. For me, she also talked about how, everyone has that moment where they decide, they're ready to go for it. And there's been so many times where I've said I'm going for it, but, I haven't made that mental kind of commitment to make it really happen. And I think it's just because I got so comfortable with the income I was getting in, I didn't have some big need for more in terms of money. So for me, it's been huge just kind of realizing that as I have more people coming in, kind of hoping to build a business, if I'm going to pour that belief into them that they can do it, they can get to executive, and I'm not an executive, it's really a leadership role, and just being able to set that standard, show them it's possible and do it alongside of them. And that's the reason a lot of top leaders who are already making a lot of money continue to get to executive in the reset every year. So that's my why. I just really want to set a good example for my team and be able to be that leader. And, it's not so much the title, but just, showing people what's possible.
I love it. So when you think about achieving that goal, being a crystal executive and achieving that goal, what does it feel like? What are the feelings that come up for you for achieving that goal, if you think about that?
Me specifically?
Yes.
Like, just honestly pride. Like, I know when I hit director, I was like, I don't know, because there was a little bit, like, at the beginning, I missed all my crystals. Like, I was kind of dabbling at the beginning. So in the reset, when I hit manager, hit director, and hit 1 star the same week, like, it's just, Janie mentioned this, but like relief in a way. It's just crazy, like really going after something, putting in the work it takes to get there, and then seeing it all pay off in the end. So just like, that's what I would say is just like being so proud of yourself, watching it all come together, and like also like more belief in the company and in the compensation plan, because when you see it all happen, then all those like, you know, steps to 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, like you see it all happen and you realize, you know, we have the most amazing company, and it's like happening in front of your eyes.
Yeah, completely. Completely. Thank you for sharing. Does anyone have my back's against the wall, I need to make this happen? Why? Mike, are you open to sharing? Oh, I can't hear you. Try your audio again. It's not working for some reason.
If there are headphones plugged in, it might not work.
On his end? On his end? Mike, do you have headset plugged in? Oh, I hear something. Now I think I froze.